Taurus, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Taurus love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Taurus tarot reading for you. Now, let's get on with this Taurus love reading today, because today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. I'm going to do that by getting one card for the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in February 2023. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Taurus, 3 cards for your person, and then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get started with this reading here, and let's get one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Taurus and their romantic person of interest here in February 2023. Okay. Let's get 3 cards for you, Taurus. What's going on with Taurus as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them in February 2023, please? Okay, let's get one more. What's going on with Taurus as it relates to their person? Okay. Let's get 3 for your person. What's going on with Taurus's romantic person of interest as it relates to Taurus and the connection between them here in February 2023, please? Okay, let's see. Come here. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the Fool. This is card 0 of the Major Arcana. First card of the Major Arcana, first card of the Tarot deck. This 0 represents absolutely nothing and the potential for everything all at the same time. This is a new beginning in something. This is about like just taking that blind leap of faith on something, like throwing caution to the wind and just saying, screw it, I'm going to go for it. This is not needing to know what all the steps are from beginning to end before you take the first step, not needing to know what the final outcome or end result is going to be before you take the first step. This is just going for it, jumping off the cliff, and then worrying about how to grow wings on the way down, like figuring it out as you move along. Another meaning for it, though, can sometimes be like foolish behavior, risk-taking behavior, taking risks outside of the connection. It could be something like that. I do have 5 of Cups right under that. This is Scorpio energy of sadness and remorse about the past. Being focused on these 3 cups that have been spilled, and all the love and the emotions that have been spilled and wasted, all the time, effort, energy that's been spilled and wasted. There are still 2 upright cups in the background. That 2 cups represents a connection between 2 people, an emotional connection between 2 people. So this is about, at its core, where a person's focus is determines the emotions that they experience. So for example, if you're focused on the past, you're going to feel what you felt in the past. If you focus on something that you've lost, you're going to feel that loss. If you focus on something that you believe is missing from your life, you're going to feel that gap in your life. And meanwhile, there is still a connection in the background here. There's still something that you can be happy about, get some emotional happiness from. It's just a matter of where is the focus. And right now, the focus is in the wrong spot. Right behind that, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is Capricorn energy, but this can sometimes represent Taurus energy or Virgo energy. This is really like a mothering, nurturing type of a figure. This a lot of times will represent a wife, or represent like the stable, committed person that someone's building their world around, trying to build their life around. The Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles work together as equals to build the 10 of Pentacles, which is that maximum stability and abundance and prosperity that we all want. It's that stable, happy home life that we all want. The 10 of Pentacles is like the combining together of 2 people or 2 families and all their lives and assets and resources together, building a life together in the physical world. This is one half of the equation for that. We've got some new beginning here, or potential foolish risk-taking behavior that's led to some sadness, remorse, possible guilt, regrets. A wife figure or someone that I was building a world with, building a world around. Right behind that is the Six of Cups. So Out of the 2 cups I've seen so far, we're going from the 5 to the 6. Both are Scorpio energy. This is a card of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be. It can represent someone from the past or someone from the past making a comeback here. We'll come back to this. This is the overall energy of the reading. So this is just giving me like the gist of what this reading is probably going to talk to me about. We'll probably come back to this more as we go along. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you in some way. It doesn't always affect you both exactly the same way. Sometimes it's a case of they did something and now you're feeling this way, or they did this and now you're feeling the ramifications of it, or vice versa. Sometimes this is legitimate external energy that is affecting you both. So the mutual point of interest here for February 2023, Taurus, is Temperance. This is the Sagittarius Major Arcana card. So I've got a Major Arcana card as the overall energy. I've got a Major Arcana card as the shared energy affecting you both. That's some powerful energy here. This is a card of patience. It's about not being in a hurry, not being in a big rush, being willing to take things slow. It's about, at the core, it's about like blending 2 things together to make something new, but it's not doing it all at once. It's about taking a step back and looking at the big picture to see how is all this panning out before coming back in to make some fine-tuning type adjustments here. Now, another meaning for this card is it can be a card of reconciliation. In a standard Rider-Waite tarot deck like this one, the Temperance card has an angel with 2 cups turned sideways, and the water is flowing back and forth between the 2 cups. Water represents love and emotions, and because it's in 2 cups, it's been separated into 2 different cups, and the angel's recombining it back together into one. So this can be a reconciliation kind of an energy. It can be just about patience. It can be about trying to balance things out here. So tell me more about Temperance. Why is this the shared energy affecting Taurus and their romantic person of interest in February 2023? Okay, explosion here. We got a lot going on. Okay, I'm not going to keep all of this pile that just jumped out because that's way too many cards. I will take a look at it and see what it means here, though. We got the World, the Ace of Cups, the 4 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Wands here. The World is the final card of the Major Arcana. We're starting the reading off as the overall energy with the very first card of the Major Arcana. Now we've got the last card here. So this represents a complete cycle from beginning to end. This is a card of completion. It's the ending of one cycle and at the same time the beginning of a new cycle. It can represent travel sometimes. This 3 of Wands that's also out here is the final card, and this mess that jumped out can also represent travel. This Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love and emotions. It can also represent starting over at square one in terms of love and emotions. In other words, filling the cup back up, recombining everything that's been separated back into this one cup and putting it all back together. 4 of Swords. This is Libra energy of taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. It could be describing a break in the connection, a pause in the connection. It could be about, like, at its core, it's about like stabilizing the mind, stabilizing the thoughts. It's like going inside yourself and trying to calm the mind and the thoughts down so that you can figure out what to do moving forward from here. I have this 3 of Pentacles, which is Capricorn energy. This is teamwork, collaboration, working together as equals to build something of value. What you would be building of value here is the 10 of Pentacles, which we kind of already alluded to here when we looked at this Queen of Pentacles. She's half of the equation that does this 3 of Pentacles working together routine. What I'm missing so far is the King of Pentacles. So there could be trying to figure out how to get back to this part of building something together, how to combine everything back together and repair this. But that final card here, the 3 of Wands, is Aries energy. This is an energy of waiting on something. I've got this Temperance card here as the shared energy affecting you both. Patience. This could be waiting on something to happen. This is like someone who already has chosen the path that they believe leads them to the world that they want. They know what they want. They've chosen the path. They've started taking steps down that path, taking actions that they think is going to lead them to what it is that they actually want. They're at the beginning stages of manifesting what they want. It just hasn't fully materialized yet. It hasn't appeared in the physical 3D reality yet. They have a positive expectancy it's going to happen, just hasn't happened yet, and they're still waiting on it. So that's the mess of a message that jumped out here. I'm going to stick this back in the deck here and tell you what's going on with this Temperance card now that I've clarified it, because on the bottom of the deck we have the Six of Wands. This is Leo energy. This is a card of recognition. It's also a card of forward movement. In terms of recognition, this would be about, since it's shared energy, one or both of you recognizing something about the other one, or recognizing something about the connection, or recognizing something in general, and whatever it is that's being recognized allows forward movement. This is about moving forward in success and victory. Queen of Swords right under that. This is Libra energy. This is she who knows the truth. She holds her hand out like this because she's offering to let someone speak their truth. The problem is she already knows the truth. So the truth you speak to the Queen of Swords, it better match the truth she already knows, or she will use that sword to cut your head off. This is like the off with their head type of queen here that doesn't really take any BS. She's smart, she's aware, she knows what's going on around her, she knows the truth. So she's about speaking the truth about something. She's also about cutting off the things and the people that are no longer in her best interest anymore. Sometimes she can represent the severing of a relationship. This could be saying, I recognize something and that led to the severing of the relationship. I recognize some foolish behavior. There's some sadness and remorse tied to that. There's this element of trying to be patient and maybe trying to recombine things back together. Could be we've recognized some things after there was finally a speaking of truth to each other. But right under all of that is this Four of Cups, which is Cancer energy of emotional discontentment, not being fully happy with what's right in front of you. What's right in front of you here is the Three Cups. And the Three Cups can represent being reunited and celebrating, or being united to begin with and celebrating. Those Three Cups can also represent a third-party love connection, because there are three cups of love in the picture on the Three of Cups card. But here they're looking at the Three Cups and not happy, not happy with what's in front of them. It's so much so that they're daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that they believe might lead them to more happiness and fulfillment. We saw that Ace of Cups here in the mess that jumped out, which can represent either a new beginning, so someone not happy with the third party, not happy with the new beginning, can't quite get that out of their mind, can't quit thinking about that and being distracted by it. This can also represent that there is a love offer on the table currently between the two of you, and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. It's just kind of been left hanging here in the air with nothing really being done about it. Justice is next, more Libra energy. This is the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. The sword on that card is used to sever something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored and the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can actually happen. I'm getting the sense that something not fair, something unjust occurred. That's why the card is showing up here. There was probably a recognition of that. There was probably some foolish behavior that someone has some sadness and remorse about, some guilt, some regrets about. And then there's this wanting to balance things back out. Like another way that I usually describe this card in a personal reading with a client is like you ever make a cup of coffee or something and you're not paying attention to what you're doing and you accidentally put like way too much sugar in it, and now you take a sip and it's so damn sweet that you can't drink it. The way that you fix that is you pour some of that coffee out and you pour some brand new unsweetened coffee into it, and that rebalances it, and now you can drink it. Now it tastes the way that it's supposed to. So that's kind of the energy I'm feeling from this. It's like trying to even things back out and blend it back together in such a way that it can move forward and that we can make the right, fair, just thing happen here. Right under that, though, is the Strength Major Arcana card. It's a Leo Major Arcana. This card always tells me that there is some very difficult situation that's affecting both of you right now, and it's requiring you to dig down deep and tap into your internal strength in order to even make it through this. Now, this can be an energy of like trying to rein yourself in or trying to hold yourself back and not let yourself rush forward too quickly and end up making some kind of a mistake that you regret later. We got something heavy going on here. I can feel that. Now, clarifying this Temperance card, we've got the Two of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Lovers. So again, two more major arcana cards. I'm getting ahead of myself, but you have two major arcanas in your energy, and your person also has one. So we got a lot of powerful energy affecting this connection here in February. Excuse me, this Two of Swords is Libra energy again. Twos are always decisions or choices. This is a decision that needs to be made, only it hasn't been made yet. Either because there's not enough information to decide, or because there's something that someone can't see yet, or there's something that someone, like one or both of you, doesn't want to see. You don't want to look at it. So this is like the equivalent of keeping the blinders on purpose, and that preventing a decision from being made. I mean, the lady in the card, she could just lay one of these swords down and take the damn blindfold off, and then she'd be able to see the choice in front of her and make an easy decision. But she's refusing to do that here. So there's some sort of a choice that needs to be made, and it hasn't been made yet. This Queen of Wands is either Aries or Leo energy. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows exactly what she wants, and she goes after what she wants with bold, passionate, fiery determination. The Queen of Wands is not someone who is going to take no for an answer. She knows what she wants, and she's going to get it one way or another. On the negative side, this could be someone who has some drama attached to her in some way. This could be that kind of a person that sees what she wants and doesn't give a damn if that person's already taken. I want that, and I'm going to go get that, and I'm going to do it by hook or by crook or whatever means necessary. On the positive side, this could be someone who is very sexy, vivacious, good-looking, charming, charismatic, the life of the party, like fun to be around. Someone who's got a lot of sexual energy to her. It doesn't really make sense if this is describing you, because you would know exactly what you want and be willing to go after it, but then there's a decision that needs made that hasn't been made. The only way I can see that would make sense is if you know what you want, but the decision isn't yours, it's your person's, and it hasn't happened yet. I don't have anything out here that specifically says third party. I've got a few cards out here that kind of hint in that direction, starting with the Fool here. It could be foolish, risk-taking behavior outside of the connection. Regrets about doing that, either because they were living with you or married to you, or they did something stupid like that with someone that they used to live with or someone that they used to be married to, because we do have that Six of Cups here, this card of the past. Could be a person from the past. Shit, right under that I have the Tower and the Ten of Pentacles, which the Tower is the collapse of something falling apart, like foundation rocking event, game changer. Nothing's the same after something like this happens. And it looks like the Tower happens to the Ten of Pentacles. Again, the Queen of Pentacles would be the wife, would be the person that I'm married to or that I live with, that I'm building my world around. And she works together as equals with the King of Pentacles to build this Ten of Pentacles. This is like the combining together of lives. And some collapse to that, potentially, because we've got the Merchant, as in your person, giving to two. It also could be that this collapse, this whole living together or going down the path to living together or a marriage, it collapsed and there's a need to balance it back out. It could be either of those things. I'm not really far enough into the reading yet to be able to tell. The next card to clarify Temperance is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the Wheel of Fate, the Wheel of Destiny. So this can be a fated event. This can be something that's already predetermined and that's supposed to happen, and it's going to happen no matter what you do. This can also be like a change in the luck and fortune. In other words, if things were going great, this would be the wheel spinning the other way and it changed everything to where it went to hell in a handbasket pretty fast. Opposite can also be true. If things have been going bad between the two of you, this can be the wheel spinning the other way and things start to go good for a change. This can even be like the universe, the divine, turning that wheel in the background, trying to make sure things line up the way they're supposed to so that what's supposed to happen can actually happen. It could even be that we've got this Queen of Wands chick shows up and she changes everything, and there was a decision that needed to be made regarding her. I'm not 100% sure. I've got the Lovers next, though, which is the Gemini Major Arcana card. This is a powerful love connection. It's Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine on the same card. This would be a very powerful love connection. This would be a case of like two people who feel like they're supposed to be together. It would be like soulmate level energy. A long time ago, though, before the card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So oftentimes it represents a choice in a powerful love connection. I see a choice needing to be made that's not being made. It can even represent a choice between more than one lover, which could be what we're talking about here, trying to be patient while that decision's made. Not too uncommon that at this stage in the reading I don't fully understand what this is trying to tell me. I will come back to this again as I go through your energy, because then I'll be able to see how it relates to you. I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy, because then I can see how it applies to them. But this is energy that is affecting you both in some way. Taurus, in your energy in this connection for February, we have the Four of Wands, the Magician, and the Moon. The Four of Wands is Aries energy. This is stability of the home life, the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. Those Four Wands represent the four wands, 1111, which is the number of manifesting. We saw the Three of Wands in that little mess that jumped out, like knowing what I want, being at the beginning stages of manifesting. It just hasn't actually materialized yet, and I'm still waiting on it to get here and expecting that it will get here. This is the next step. This is the celebration of the thing you've been trying to manifest actually appearing in the physical 3D reality. Tell me more about this Four of Wands, please. Why is this here, Taurus? Let me check this and make sure nothing else flipped over. Okay, it didn't. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot. This is the Cancer Major Arcana card. This is the fastest moving energy in the deck. At its core, it's about using your will to move forward past any problems or challenges or obstacles that are in your way, like getting by all that stuff through sheer will alone and moving forward very quickly in success and victory. Like I said, fastest energy in the deck. The problem with it is that the driver of this thing doesn't have any reins to control it with. He uses his will alone to power this, to steer it, to control it. And as you can see, we have a dark side and a light side who normally want very different things. So if the driver is not in alignment, this thing is either every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man and it doesn't move at all, or worse yet, as it does move forward, the dark side and the light side pull in opposite directions and it tears itself in half as it starts to move forward. Now, whether this is talking about the alignment for you personally, or your person, or maybe they're pulling one way and you're pulling another way, this is at its core is about that drive to be able to overcome this, but there needs to be an alignment. Yeah, right behind that is Judgment, another major arcana card. There's a lot of powerful energy affecting this connection here. This is a final decision being made, and it's a decision about the relationship. Are we going to call it dead and over with, or can we resurrect this? Can we bring it back to life and transform it in a way that it's never going to be this messed up way again? And I'm getting very similar vibe here from this Temperance card here. It's like, can we bring this back to life? Can we recombine this? Can we get the stability back? Can we overcome these problems and challenges and obstacles that are in our way, and both of us pull in the same direction long enough to bring this back to life? Or is it dead? And this next card doesn't really answer that question for me. We have the Six of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is about moving forward into calmer waters. It's about leaving behind the rough, choppy waters. It's like it's moving away from the Five of Swords, which is like a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. It's about moving away from the painful thing and forward toward what it is that you want. The woman and the child with all the swords in the boat, though, represent that there is a choice that you have as you move forward. The painful thing has already happened. There's nothing you can do about that. It's in the past. You can't change the past. Your choice in the matter is, as you move forward into the future, are you going to carry the burdens that that pain caused you forward into the future with you? Or are you going to carry the lessons that the pain taught you forward into the future with you? So this could be about moving away from the painful thing, leaving it all, whatever happened in the past, behind you where it belongs, and moving forward together into calmer waters. Or this could even represent you moving forward into calmer waters and leaving the burden of your person behind. I think the reason it's not answering this for me is because you might not actually be clear on that. You might be out of alignment, like I'm seeing with this Chariot here. This Five of Wands is Leo energy of conflict. Wands are about desires and fives are conflicts. So this is a conflict in the desires. In other words, a piece of you wants one thing and another piece of you wants pretty much the opposite of that thing. And you're playing this internal game of tug of war in terms of what it is that you want. Now, this could also represent an internal conflict in the connection, as in your person wants one thing and you want something else, and you're playing tug of war against each other. That could be why a decision hasn't been made here. I see choice with the Judgment card, a choice implied here with the Six of Swords, and pulling in two different directions at the same time. Now, when I clarify this Four of Wands, the stability of the home and the family and the connection, like manifesting the thing that you want and it actually being here, I have the High Priestess, the Seven of Swords, and the King of Wands. Now, the High Priestess, this is she who knows, period. She knows everything. She sits in front of the veil of consciousness, so she has access to all the information you and I as humans don't have access to. She sees all, she knows all. She represents the unconscious mind. She represents the intuition, the divine guidance, the gut feelings, the signs, the synchronicities, the dreams that have messages in them. She is like your connection to source, spirit, the universe. This is where your guidance comes from. It's where your gut feelings and your intuition, your intuitive hits come from. So this usually for me represents that there's something that you know without having any actual physical way of knowing it. It's not like you saw it with your own eyes. It's not like you have the data right in front of you. This is just like your intuition is telling you something and you know without having any way to know. Now, whether or not you're actually listening to your intuition, or whether maybe this was in the past, it's your first card. This usually goes like sequentially for me. It could be that your intuition was telling you something when you thought you had stability in your home and your family and the connection here, and you were getting messages from your gut and your emotions and your intuition that maybe you didn't want to be true. Maybe you didn't want that to be true and you didn't want to see it. Not 100% sure yet, but the next card is the Seven of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. This is usually not a pleasant energy. It's lying, cheating, deception, sneaking around behind your back, trying to get away with something that they probably shouldn't have been trying to get away with. Now, that's not the only meaning to the card. The reason the guy is stealing these 5 swords on the card is because he doesn't want to be hurt by those swords. The 5 of Swords represents a mentally and psychologically painful thing. So he's stealing the swords to make sure they can't be used against him, to make sure that he can't be hurt. So it can represent not wanting to be hurt. It can also represent leaving something behind because he can't carry all 7 swords and he has to leave 2 behind. It could be that you're being guided to try and leave something behind. It could very well be that your intuition told you there was some sneaky, deceptive BS going on behind your back, and you may not have wanted to hear that. You may not have wanted to listen to it. It could involve this Queen of Wands character here. That could be something that changed everything for you guys, changed the love connection between the two of you to where there is now a need to try and rectify it and balance it out. Could be that they had a choice between you and some other person. Next, we have the King of Wands, which is Leo or Sagittarius energy. This, again, is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person, just like this Queen of Wands. He also knows exactly what he wants, and he goes after it. This is like the by any means necessary kind of a dude. I'm going to get what I want. Doesn't matter what has to happen in order for me to get what I want. I'm going to find a way, or I'm going to make a way. Now, the wand suit, again, is about passion and desire. So this is the pinnacle of that suit that's about desire, about passion. So this is someone who's not just driven and motivated and determined. They're also driven and motivated by sexual energy, desire, passion, things like that. This could be how you're viewing your person. You could have this immense level of attraction for him. He would be somebody who's very charismatic and charming and good looking. It could be that your person was doing some stuff that he shouldn't have been doing and letting his decisions get made based on his passions and his desires and not on his thoughts and his heart. Central to your energy here in February 2023, Taurus, is the Magician, card 1 of the Major Arcana. This is the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the Tarot deck. This is someone who has all the tools, abilities, resources to manifest or create from nothing whatever it is his will desires. This is about being in the process of manifesting something. Now, it can also be someone whose thoughts and actions have created the world around them the way that it is. Sometimes in a reading like this ends up being your person's energy affecting you, especially if they've been doing some sneaky, deceptive stuff, taking risks outside of the connection, things like that. This could be, hey, I did all that stuff. My thoughts, my actions created this mess that we're in. I've kind of made this bed that we're sleeping in right now. Hopefully this is about you being able to actively manifest what it is that you want. I do have 2 manifesting cards in a row. Both of these have 1111 embedded in the card. Here with the 4 wands, the 4 wands that hold it up, 1111, and the Magician has all 4 aces in front of him. The aces are the ones of the 4 suits, 1111 again. So again, this is a manifesting kind of an energy here. Tell me about the Magician, please. Why is the Magician here central to Taurus's energy? Okay, bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups, Cancer energy. We've already seen this. Emotional discontentment, not being happy with what's right in front of you, daydreaming, getting sidetracked, distracted by this other cup, this other thing that you believe would lead you to your happiness and fulfillment. It can mean there's a love offer between the 2 of you where nothing's really been done about it yet. It's still left hanging here in the air with no actual decision being made yet. Right under that, we have Justice, doing the right, fair, just thing, balancing something back out that you're not happy with. It could even be that there was a third party involved. There was a third cup of love involved, and you can't quite get that out of your head because it hasn't been made right yet. Maybe there hasn't been a decision about that person yet. Maybe that would turn things around if there was. Maybe that's what needs to happen in order to turn it around, that a decision between more than one lover has to be made. And it's like you're trying to manifest what you want in terms of getting the connection back is what it's starting to look like, that you're not happy with the way it is and you want to balance it out. You want to be able to move forward successfully and victoriously here. Now when I clarify the Magician, I get the 9 of Cups. There's the King of Pentacles we were missing and the Page of Pentacles. 9 of Cups is Pisces energy. It's also singles energy. It's one step backwards from the 10 of Cups that we all want. That happy, loving relationship, that like happy fairy tale ending, that happy fairy tale love connection that we all dream about. This is a step back from that. So this represents singles energy, like being emotionally single, being emotionally by yourself. Now it can represent wish fulfillment. It could be that you're trying to manifest your wish fulfillment. Looks like your wish fulfillment would be King of Pentacles. This would be Taurus energy, Virgo energy. This would represent the counterpart to this Queen of Pentacles that we talked about. They work together as equals to build the 10 of Pentacles that we've talked about. This would be like the husband figure. This would be like the stable, committed dude that I'm building my life around, or that I'm building my life with, that we're building something together. Could represent the husband. Could be my wish fulfillment is to manifest him back, is what it's looking like. But also, though, right beside him on the table is that 7 of Swords. Lying, deceptive behavior, sneaking around, possibly cheating, doing something that he shouldn't have been doing and trying to get away with it, probably based on the wand making the decisions and not his brain. Next card we have to clarify the Magician is the Page of Pentacles. Pages are messengers, so this would be news, messages, communications about some physical, tangible, real-world opportunity. A lot of times for me, this represents planning for the future. It's like you're trying to manifest this person back. You're trying to manifest your wish fulfillment with this person and create a plan for the future with them. I'm feeling funny about this though, like they're facing away from each other here. Again, I'm getting that feeling that there's this pulling in two different directions, that things aren't evened out the way they're supposed to be. Things aren't recombining the way that they're supposed to be, and it's most likely because there's not been a decision that needs actually made yet. The final card for you, Taurus, is the Moon. Pisces energy of fear, worry, anxiety, usually based around uncertainty. When the moon's out, it's dark outside. It's really hard to see your path in front of you. You can't see everything clearly. You might not know, am I on the right path or not? Did I make a wrong turn somewhere? Am I going down the right path? Should I go back? Should I stop here? Like, you can't really see it all. So that's enough to cause fear, worry, and anxiety just from that level of uncertainty. At the bad end of this card, it can also represent illusions. It can represent secrets being kept. It can represent something being hidden in the dark. Now, the High Priestess can also represent, hey, you don't have all of the information here. You don't have all the facts. You can't physically see everything, but intuition's talking to you. This can also represent the intuition as well. Both of these cards can represent you not having all the information. The blindfold on this card can represent you not having all the information. A lot of times when I get the Moon and the High Priestess in one person's energy, there's definitely something going on that you don't know about and potentially being hidden from you on purpose, especially if I have the Seven of Swords in that mix. Let's clarify this Moon for Taurus. Why is the Moon here for Taurus? Tell me more about the Moon, please. Tell me more. Let's get one more on the Moon for Taurus, please. Okay, we'll take two. No problem. On the bottom of the deck, Seven of Cups. Scorpio energy of options and choices and confusion about those options and choices. There are a lot of different cups here. There's a lot of different things you could choose, a lot of different ways this situation could play itself out. And there's a lot of emotions involved here for you, and you're not wanting to make a mistake of any kind. Probably having some fear, worry, and anxiety about making a mistake. Possibly fear, worry, and anxiety about not knowing everything, not being able to see the full path, maybe thinking there might be some secrets still being kept from you, and being emotionally confused about what to do here because you don't want to make a mistake. It could also represent that one of the things you don't see is that your person still has other options that they could choose from. I've got that Four of Cups again, Cancer energy of not being fully emotionally happy with what's in front of you. The Three Cups keep sticking out to me. Maybe it's a case of like, I can't get this other cup off my mind, and I also don't have any facts to tell me whether or not they've made a decision about that. Whether we can turn things around, because if no decision has been made about her, it doesn't look like we can move forward here and turn things around. This could even be you're confused about what to do with the love offer that's been presented to you. Maybe they've already offered a love offer to you. Maybe they've told you how sorry they are about the foolish stuff that they did, and they want to recombine everything with you. And maybe this is you not being able to decide and not knowing for sure exactly what you want on whether we can turn this around or not. Could be that there's just not a decision that's been made yet. Maybe because you're confused, maybe because you don't know, maybe because you're just uncertain here. But there's justice again, which is again telling me something unfair and unjust happened. That's why the card keeps showing up. It's letting me know, dude, something needs balanced out, and the fact that it needs balanced out proves that it wasn't balanced to begin with. Six of Wands. Justice is going to have to happen in order for forward movement to happen here. When I clarify the Moon, I got an extra card. I got the Page of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Pages are messengers. Cups are love and emotions. This is news, messages, communications about love and emotions. Romantic gestures, romantic offers, flirtatious behavior, lovey-dovey messages, expressing of feelings. This can even represent an apology here. It can also represent that potentially one of the things you're not seeing is the person you're dealing with is emotionally immature. They're a page, not a king. I see him being king of the wand. I see him being king of the pentacles, the physical reality, the tangible assets and resources. But in terms of love and emotions and emotional maturity, they're showing up as the lowest form of that, which is the page. This is someone that's not fully developed, not fully grown in that area. Four of Swords is next. Libra energy again, of like taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. This could be a break in the connection, a pause in the connection. It could be that you can't see if there is just a pause in the connection or if it's really broken. At its core, fours are about stability. Swords are about thoughts and the mind. So this is about stability of the mind, stability of the thoughts, like choosing on purpose to go inside yourself, to try to calm your mind and your thoughts down so that you can figure out what to do moving forward here. So that you can figure out what to do with the King of Pentacles and this potential deceptive behavior that we had going on here. Next we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning here. It's a practical, tangible, physical, real world opportunity presenting itself. Right beside it is the Page of Pentacles, who is carrying the Ace of Pentacles. This is like planning for the future, news and messages and communications about this tangible opportunity here. This is also the seed that has the potential to grow into the Ten of Pentacles that we've alluded to a few times. It's not the Ten of Pentacles in and of itself. It just has the potential to get there. And that's the thing about aces. They're opportunities for something. You have to grab these and actually do something with that opportunity, or it's just empty potential here. We are advancing one stage from the 1 to the 2 here, but this is Capricorn energy. Again, 2s are about decisions, choices. This is a decision about something in the physical, real world, something tangible, where you're like looking at the options and weighing the pros and cons on something, asking things like, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? You're going back and forth between two opposing things that you can't have both of them at the same time. So you're trying to make a choice between them. Notice the water is all wavy in the background. It's rough and choppy, meaning the emotions are rough and choppy here. You're emotionally off balance, probably physically off balance here. At its core, this card is about balance, but it's more about like maintaining your balance or regaining your balance after your balance has been thrown off. Now, I've got what looks like a little bit of progress happening here after you calm your mind down, after you stabilize your mind and your thoughts and figure out what to do. But that's at the top of that column is fear, worry, and anxiety. So I don't know if you have calmed your mind and your thoughts down. I don't know if you have figured out what to do yet. This looks to me like you're totally off balance here based on whatever it is that's happened. Let's scoot this over here and get some more room. That's your energy in this connection. Let's take a look at your person's energy for February 2023, Taurus, because in their energy we have the Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Chariot. Seven of Cups, we've seen it already. It's Scorpio energy of options and choices and confusion about the options and choices in front of you. This is like a lot of different options to pick from, a lot of different ways this could play itself out, a lot of emotions involved, not wanting to make a mistake. This can represent clouded judgment, clouded decision making. Ooh. A person's first card is always their most important card. For you, it's about stability of the home and the family and stability of the connection. It's about trying to manifest and receive what it is that you actually want. For your person, I've got options in front of them. I've got trying to balance something out, potentially trying to like recombine things back together, probably after some foolish behavior they have sadness and remorse about, some choice that they have to make about their options. Because whatever choice they didn't make to begin with turned everything sideways for you guys in this love connection. And there's still, this last card is, yes, this is a powerful connection between the two of you, but there is definitely a choice about this connection, or a choice about more than one lover, and they have options and choices here. So again, it's feeling like maybe you know what you want, but the choice hasn't been made because it might not be your decision to make. You might be at their mercy and not knowing exactly what they're going to do. Maybe they've communicated to you what they want and how they feel, but this looks like maybe you're going inside yourself trying to figure out if you trust that or not. Maybe they've presented you with an opportunity. Maybe there is a cup of love on the table between the two of you. Maybe there's been an offer, an apology. Hey, let's just do this over. Let's just start back at the beginning again. Let's balance this all back out. But you're not sure, and you're going back and forth about it. It could be any of those things. So leave me a comment. Let me know how that resonates for you. But I'm going to clarify this 7 of Cups for your person. And they're strange, I still have the 7 of Cups on the bottom of the deck from when I clarified the moon for you. Can't shake that there's something that you still don't know related to their options. Tell me about the 7 of Cups for Taurus's person of interest, please. So why is the 7 of Cups here for them? Bottom of the deck, the Chariot. Seen it already. Major Arcana for Cancer. It's about using the will to get past the problems, the challenges, the obstacles, the roadblocks, moving past all that through will alone and moving forward very fast in success and victory. Doesn't jive with the card that's affecting you both about patience. It jives pretty well though with the Fool. Screw it, I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and let's do it. But that line of thinking doesn't seem to work very well, because why is there sadness and remorse and possible regrets about that? Again though, this is about alignment. If your person's not in alignment, this thing isn't going to move forward. It's going to go in 2 different directions and tear itself apart if it can move at all. And if this is talking about the alignment between the two of you, where they're pulling one way and you're pulling a different way, again, it's either not going to move at all or it's going to tear itself in half. Yeah, I think that's part of the problem. 10 of Wands right behind it. Sagittarius energy of a heavy burden being carried here. This is a 10. It's supposed to be a completion. It's supposed to be getting to that stage where we can lay this burden down and move forward without it. Again, though, that's only going to happen if there's alignment here. I think that's what they're probably saying that they want. 6 of Swords behind that. Aquarius energy. It's like moving away from that mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. Moving forward into calmer waters and away from the pain. But again, there's a choice implied here. Am I going to move forward carrying this burden with me into my future? Or am I going to move forward carrying the lessons the painful thing taught me into the future with me? There's not been a decision made about something here. And I don't see any way that it can turn around until that happens. I don't think that your person has laid the burden down. It doesn't appear from what I'm seeing here clarifying this 7 of Cups, because to clarify that, options and choices and confusion about what to do, I have the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the 3 of Wands. The 8 of Swords is Gemini energy of being stuck in their head about something, thinking about something over and over and over again on this repeating loop in their mind and not being able to shut their mind off. And they're doing that because they can't see what's the safe step to take in front of them here. And they're feeling stuck and trapped and blocked because they don't know what the safe move to make is here. This is oftentimes like a self-imposed mental prison of a person's own thoughts. In other words, the way they're thinking about it, the way they're representing it in their mind has them feeling trapped and stuck. But you can see the lady on the card could just totally walk forward, and she's not really fenced in with all these swords. They're all behind her and beside her, but she can walk forward. She's not really trapped. Your person's grinding on something related to these options here, related to moving forward and which direction I'm going to move forward in, and they're burdened by that. They're burdened in their mind and their thoughts, and they're feeling stuck. Next, we have the Ace of Swords. This is the sword of victory. It's the sword of truth, the sword of clarity. It's the sword you use to make a decision with, to cut the other options off. I mean, we're clarifying options and choices, and they're grinding on which options do I cut off. This can also be the sword you use to sever a relationship with. It looks to me like that's the choice in front of them. If I want to recombine everything back into one with you, I have to choose who I'm cutting off. I got to cut somebody out of this situation in order to turn things around and change it to get it back to the way that it should be. I have a choice to make. I don't think they have the clarity, though. I don't see this representing clarity at all, especially following this grinding and following this confusion. Next, we have the Three of Wands. Aries energy of waiting. This is like knowing what they want, having already chose the path that leads them to the world that they want, taking actions going down that path, and fully expecting that the choice I've made, the actions I'm taking, are going to lead me to the thing that I want. It just hasn't materialized yet, and I'm still waiting on it to happen. This could also just be, I'm confused, I don't know what to do, my emotions, my judgment is clouded, I'm grinding all this and I'm feeling stuck, and I don't know what decision to make. I can't make a decision. I'm waiting to make a decision here. Central to your person's energy, Taurus, is the Knight of Swords. This is the fastest moving knight in the deck. It's got a similar type of an energy to the Fool here. This can represent foolish, risk-taking behavior. This is someone who rushes forward and takes some very rapid, very decisive action out of nowhere. It can be very abrupt, very spontaneous type of an action taker here. It's not the person who comes rushing in super fast and then sits down to read the instructions or do some serious thinking about what steps do I take here. This is the person who rushes in abruptly without thinking, does the thing, doesn't even think about it while they're doing it, and then rushes back out after it's done. They don't stop to think about it until after it's already over with. Sometimes this gets labeled as the narcissist card as well. So I'm not really digging this kind of an energy here. This is feeling like I did it, and now that I've done it, oh shit, but it's kind of too late now because I already did it. Tell me about this Knight of Swords. Why is this central to Taurus's person's energy here? I just saw the Ten of Pentacles flip up, show itself to me, and go back in the deck. Got one flip over in here. What is it? Yeah, of course. Yep, definitely. Bottom of the deck. Justice. Again, most powerful card of balance. Libra major arcana energy. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. Cutting off the thing that's not in balance so balance can be restored and the right, fair, just thing can happen. Again, though, just the fact that it keeps showing itself like this is telling me something unfair and unjust happened. Your person took some rapid, decisive action that they didn't think about first. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably lied to you about it afterwards. Probably tried to keep it a secret from you afterwards that they had other options and were acting on that. And it looks to me, since this is your first clarifier, that you had the intuitive knowing that something fishy was going on, but you didn't have any facts to support it. You couldn't see the facts, and probably also didn't want to believe that that was actually true. You might have had your intuition screaming at you and going, no, believe me, done it before. Not judging you for it. I've done it myself, and I'm a tarot reader. I live off of my intuition, and I've still done it, so believe me, I get it. But something unfair and unjust definitely happened. Something needs balanced out. It's the energy affecting you both. Something needs evened back out. Right behind it, King of Swords. This is Aquarius or Gemini energy. This is a decision-making kind of an energy, but it's someone who's very emotionally detached when they make their decisions. They don't consult their emotions when they decide things. They look at what's right in front of them, what's the truth, what's the facts of the matter, what can I see with my own eyes. I'm going to add your math up and see if it's correct, and I'll decide that way based on facts, not based on how I feel, not based on what's best for you, based on what can I see. Very emotionally detached. This can be the kind of person who feels cold and calculated. Shit. It's also the person who tries to pretend like they don't have emotions. Maybe they don't show emotions, but every human being has emotions. It's part of being human. So this is the person who tries to pretend like I don't have the emotions. Clearly they do, because there's the Seven of Cups again. That was the very first card in their energy, Seven of Cups. It's a cup. It's an emotions card, options and choices, and the emotion of confusion around those options and choices here. Could also be a case of, oh, I did this stupid thing. I didn't think it through. I took a risk outside of the connection without thinking about it first, and now I've already done it, and it's too late. I've done something that was stupid and unfair and unjust, and if I'm being honest with myself and I'm looking at the truth and the facts of the situation, I don't know that this is going to be able to be fixed, and I'm confused about what to do. My judgment was clouded. Maybe their judgment was clouded because they were thinking or not thinking. Maybe they were following the wand instead and not listening to their heart. I don't know, but there's options, choices, confusion here. The smoke, the clouds around the cups can represent anything from like clouded judgment to being obscured by like drugs and alcohol, being drunk, being high, doing something stupid like that. And then there's the Four of Cups again that we keep seeing. Not happy with the Three Cups in front of me, daydreaming about this other thing. This could even be your person wasn't happy with what they had with you, and while they were with you, they kept daydreaming about this other person that they did dumb shit with. It could even be that, okay, I'm trying to balance this out. I'm trying to do the logical thing here, and I'm confused because I've offered you this cup of love and you haven't accepted it or rejected it yet. I've said I'm sorry. I've told you I feel guilty and remorseful about what I did, but you still haven't accepted it yet. This is really feeling like a person who hasn't actually accepted their responsibility in what they've done. Yeah, maybe they say I'm sorry, but do they mean it? Are they going to repeat the mistake? Because they still have the options. They still have the options. They still haven't made a damn decision yet. When I clarify this Knight of Swords, I get the Six of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. I got a whole lot of Wands energy right here. A whole lot of passion and desire, sexual energy. I see them as the King of Wands on your side. Yes, I see them as the King of Pentacles on your side, and here's the Queen of Pentacles on their side. So this is counterparts. This is like two cards that are supposed to be together, which would represent two people that might supposed to be together. And I feel like I need to clarify that this card also indicates that these two cards are also counterparts. They also indicate that. But when they indicate that, this is not the universe going, dude, these two people are supposed to be together. They're destined to be together. That's not what that means at all. What that means is that in your energy, there's this concept of this is my other half. And in their energy, there's this concept of this is my other half. So it's indicating that you guys both feel that way or have that kind of a belief in your heads. It doesn't mean that it's actually factual and that this is the universe saying that. The Six of Wands, we've already seen it. It's recognition. It's either being recognized for something, like being recognized for taking this rapid, decisive action they didn't think about, being recognized for the foolish, reckless, risk-taking behavior, being recognized for the unfair, unjust thing they did, being recognized as being a player or this is them coming to some sort of a recognition after they took the action that they didn't think about. Thinking about it after it's already too late, after it's already done, and now recognizing that I want to move forward here. But look, they're trying to move forward out of a state of grinding on something and feeling stuck and trapped and blocked and not sure what to do here. They're trying to move forward from that type of an energy. That's not a good energy to be in. It's feeling like they got recognized as being a player. This is like a really wishy-washy, in and out bullshit kind of an energy. It's someone who comes rushing in super fast. It's the second fastest knight in the deck. The only one faster is this one. This is rushing forward and taking some rapid, passionate action towards something there's passion and desire for. This is called the player, because this is the kind of person that will rush in all super passionate and get what they want from you. And then they'll rush somewhere else just as passionately and get what they want there too, and come back and forth and try and play both sides of the fence. Can be the kind of person who's all gung-ho one minute, comes rushing forward, proclaiming what they desire, what they want, and then something happens and, well, wait a minute, and let me pull back on that and go the other direction here. It's like real start and stop kind of an energy, non-committal kind of an energy, like a person that can't stay committed to what it is they say they want. Again, because I don't think, it's right beside the Ace of Swords, I don't think they have the clarity of what it is that they actually want. Clearly, because they haven't decided yet. Next, I have the Queen of Pentacles. Again, this feels like you. This feels like the wife or the stable, committed person I'm building my world around, building my life around, the person that I either am married to or live with, or I'm going down the path toward that stuff with. And either I'm waiting on her or she's waiting on me. One of the two. Looks like I got recognized for being a player by you. Could be that is one of the things they're worried about and grinding on. But then I've got this Eight of Wands, more Wands, passion, desire energy, Sagittarius energy. This is rapid forward movement. The only card faster than this is that Chariot. So I've had the Chariot, the fastest energy in the deck, the second fastest energy in the deck, the third fastest energy in the deck, the fourth fastest energy in the deck. I got a lot of speed of movement here from your person. Let's just do it. Screw it. I don't need to know how this is going to work or what's going to happen. I'm just throwing caution to the wind and I'm going for it, and I'll figure it out after the fact. And then there's the sadness and the remorse and the potential guilt related to you. And either related to now this is in the past because it all collapsed, or because I had someone from my past that I collapsed everything with, and what I collapsed was the combining together of your lives. Or at least going in that direction. This is like a very fast moving energy, like moving forward very quickly on something that there's passion and desire for, rapid forward movement, rapid progress on something. Can even be an energy of a whole lot of energy coming at your person all at once, like overwhelming, like trying to take a drink of water out of a fire hose. It will blow your head off because it's just way too damn much pressure behind it. Could be why your person's confused and grinding, is because they really don't know what to do now. But now here's that Chariot again as their final card. So again, I've literally got all four of the fastest four energies in the whole tarot deck in their energy. Moving forward past problems, challenges, obstacles that are in the way through sheer will alone, and being able to move forward very fast, just in success and victory through sheer will alone. But again, if they aren't in alignment, this thing isn't going anywhere. Or if it does, it's going to go in two different directions at the same time and tear itself in half. And I feel like that's what your person did. They went two different directions. They took risks outside of the connection here. And nothing is turned around because they still haven't made the decision. They haven't made the choice about the lovers or about the love connection that you guys are in. Tell me about the Chariot. Why is this here for Taurus's romantic person of interest, please? Why is the Chariot here? Page of Wands. News, messages, communications about passion and desire. Passionate messages going back and forth. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool. It's a more toned down version of the Fool. This isn't like, okay, let's just throw all caution to the wind and jump off the cliff and we'll figure it out later. This is more like having the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something there's passion and desire for. I've got wands in every column of your person's energy here. Passion and desire seem to be the thing that gets in their way. It could totally cloud their judgment, it looks like. Cause them to do very spontaneous, very abrupt things. Right behind it, more wands, the 10 of wands, the heavy burden that they're carrying, probably because they had the willingness to take the first steps down a new path. 10 of swords, 2 10s in a row, 2 completions in a row. This is a Gemini energy of an ending. This is a swift, painful ending. Sometimes this is an ending that you didn't see coming. Sometimes this is an ending in betrayal, hence the swords in their back. No matter how you slice this energy, it is an ending to something. And it looks like that ending began with passionate messages and having the willingness to take the first steps down a passionate type of a path. And that's caused a burden that they're carrying here. When I clarify this Chariot, it looks like that happened like out of the blue very quickly with no thought whatsoever. Just opportunity presented itself, so I did it. Clarifying the Chariot, 6 of Swords in reverse. I don't read reversals. When they come out upside down, I just instinctively turn them right side up without so much as thinking about it. This one screamed at me that I'm supposed to read it in reverse, so I'm taking it that way. The Chariot again, and the Hanged Man. 6 of Swords in reverse. In the upright, we've already talked about it. It's moving away from the painful thing, that 5 of Swords, which is a mentally, psychologically painful situation or event. It's a betrayal. This is moving away from that and forward toward what it is that they want. But this is in reverse, which is meaning that that's delayed. There's something wrong with that. It's not happening that way. They're not moving away. They didn't learn the lesson, so they're not carrying the lesson forward with them. They're carrying the burden forward with them. And there's that burden again, seen it twice in their energy. There's the ending that took place because of that. They haven't made the decision yet to move away from the painful thing and forward toward you. Next is the Chariot. I'm clarifying the Chariot. This is the universe going, dude, how many times do I have to tell you? They are not in alignment. This thing is either going in 2 opposite directions and tears itself in half, or it ain't going anywhere. It's every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man. And look, their very next card, last card in the whole reading, is the Hanged Man. Pisces energy of progress being halted, no forward movement happening, things being stuck, stagnant, at a complete dead halt standstill. Now the Hanged Man is hanging upside down because he's trying to gain enlightenment. He's trying to look at things from a different perspective than he normally would, a different point of view than he normally would. And he's doing that, trying to figure out, how do I get unstuck? We see them feeling stuck, trapped, and blocked. How do I get unstuck so that I can move forward from here? Dude, the way to get unstuck is to get in alignment. It's like to both pieces of yourself pulling in the same direction. It's to make the damn decision that you're not making. You can't balance this out. You can't recombine it if you don't decide what you want and choose what you want and change the course of events that you've put into place here. You have a decision. They have a decision they have to make about this love connection. And I don't know if this is telling me that the decision hasn't been made by you because it's their decision and you're just waiting on them to decide. But I see the waiting on their end. I see the being like all over the place on their end. Like they're not thinking things through, the clouded judgment, clouded decision making, like pulling in 2 different directions, being completely stuck. Another meaning to this, like sometimes this is called the narcissist card. This would be a person who is looking at the things that have him stuck. It's the external stuff. It's what about you has me stuck? How is this your fault? What is it about the situation that has me stuck? Maybe this other chick walked past me and was looking all hot and stuff, and if it wasn't for her, then I wouldn't have done the stupid stuff I did. This is a person who's not accepting their responsibility in it, and they're blaming the external things instead of taking a look at what is it about themselves that's at fault, that needs adjusted, that needs balanced out, that needs fixed. And like, they're not doing that, which is why they're not moving forward. They're not making the decision. They're not getting past this. They're stuck like Chuck. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. And when you do, you'll be taken to more Taurus love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.